G'day everyone, welcome back to another episode of HT Monaro Build. The channel, I've just been so busy at work, got something in my eye now. Just been so busy at work, I just haven't had a chance to get into it. Been busting my guts, wanting to do stuff, but look, just haven't had the opportunity. I did say it was going to be like that until about June. Got plenty of work on until June. After June, I'll be back to a normal roster and hopefully get plenty of time to get the old girl done. Now, I'm pretty keen to get it done by January next year for motivation in Perth. I wouldn't mind putting it in the pavilion. Enter it into the pavilion, see how we go there. That probably is my goal at this stage. As far as parts and everything goes, I've got pretty much everything I need now. Got all new door cards, door trims. I can't remember what I showed you last episode, so I'll just breeze over it quickly. Door cards, door trims. I've got these things turn up. This is absolutely wicked. I have got my brand new tail lights. Now, obviously they need to be painted around here, and I've just got them sitting here, but these are the brand new old stock lenses. Never been on a car before. And the tail lights have been replated. If you have a close look in there where they all corrode, this is absolutely perfect now. So a beautiful looking tail light, especially once it's painted up. I've got to get that repaired still. That's going to be awesome. So pretty stoked with that. Something else that's turned up is all the new seat belts. 5 new seat belts all around. Brand new, a whole lot. New rubbers, or whatever you call it, over the top, nuts and bolts. So that's turned up. The door cards and everything are inside, so I won't show you them, but brand new door cards to go on. I'm pretty sure I've showed you the tail lights with the new lenses. They still need to go in. Now, I've had a bit of a long hard think. I'm pretty good with auto electrical stuff. I'm fairly handy, but it is a big job. It's a big task, and look, I wanted to have a go at it, but due to the length of time I think it'll take, and giving consideration to the fact that if I was going to do it, I would want an auto electrician to check my work anyway. And I think with the cost involved, in the end I've decided to get a fella in to do my auto electrical work. So he's coming in June. We're now in beginning of April. So he'll come in June and do that. So I'm pretty excited about that. That'll have the car basically running. I've just got to fit the fuel tank and the fuel pump. But at least he could put the harness in and that sort of thing. So I'm actually going to get it professionally done. A little bit disappointed because I wanted to have a crack at it myself, but at the end of the day there's a lot of stuff involved, and I'm not a tradesman in that respect. So rather than stuff it up and have to get someone to fix it, and the risk of things catching on fire and all the rest of it, going to get that done by someone else. So that's happening in June. What else is happening? So this episode, what I've been wanting to do is progress with, put these seat belts away, out of the way. I've got bucket loads of stuff, parts, I've got everything you need. Everything you need. I'll pop that away. Now, this episode, I would like to have a crack at progressing with the rubbers, the windows, the regulators, get all that stuff put in there. So I've got side windows. Once I've got side windows, maybe I should really concentrate on getting these chrome finished. That I still haven't finished. This is the front windscreen one. Still haven't finished doing that yet, so probably need to finish sanding and polishing them so that I can get the front and rear windscreen in. Like I say, I'll have the side windows in. Auto electrician comes in June. I've got the radiator put in. I'm not sure if I showed you before, but I've got the radiator on a stand, and when I had it on a stand, when I was building this stand, stupid me, you know, I've stuffed up. I was cutting, and I had a battery sitting there, cutting with a 9-inch grinder, and the sparks were hitting the battery was on charge, and the battery exploded. So battery acid went on me fancy radiator. So I've got to pull that radiator out, give it a good clean up, redo the light sanding, or what, the brush finish on that, to get that looking good again. So we can do that. That's basically where we're at. I'm gonna, like I say, I'm going to attack the side windows today, and you know, maybe start with the driver's door, put the driver's door back together, and we'll go from there. So well, thanks for your patience. Apologies again for not getting much out. Sort of circumstances beyond my control. We had a family holiday, went up north with the boat, supposed to go fishing and everything, planned for ages for this trip. Supposed to do some serious fishing and camping up at a place called Steep Point, which is the most westerly tip of mainland Australia. Out on the beach there, it's pretty remote. We went over there, it's about 55 k's by boat. Went over there, basically got rained out. Tropical cyclone Charlotte turned up, and then another low behind that. So although we did get out and catch a few fish, we missed out basically. We were hoping for some good weather, but anyway, these things happen. So that was a lot of planning involved in that, which again puts the car on the side burner. But not here to make excuses, here to kick some goals today. In the mood to try and get this done. So I'll get the book out and bear with me while I learn and try to do some filming so you guys can see what's going on as well. But thanks very much, everyone. Looking forward to get a start on this one and making some progress. So let's see how we go. Cheers, dudes. Bye. Right, everyone. What I'm doing is having a look at these quarter windows. I'm going to drill this rivet out. I'm pretty annoyed with myself. I don't know if you can see that in the light. There we go. Because I've bought that part, and you think I can find it. I know I've bought it. I just can't find it. I've searched the bloody post for the last hour and I can't find it. But anyway, I'm going to box on. So what I've undone is that screw and all that goes there. So I've undone that. I'll drill the rivet out, and we'll try and get this rubber in. And then I might just put a bit of wire instead of the rivet. I'll just put some wire in there for now and try and find that bloody rivet. So it's frustrating when you can't find stuff. It's my fault, but anyway, that's where we're at. So let's have a go at doing that. Alright, so after a few trials and tribulations, I've drilled that little rivet out. So that enables me now to just put this on its tripod for you. Tilt that up. So that enables me now to pull this out. I'll tell you one good thing about doing it on film is you can just record the way stuff goes on, so that later on, if I need to, I can refer back to it. That's one good thing. Alright, so what I've established is this is part of that. So that's going to come off, which means I'm going to drill that rivet, and it doesn't look like a specialised rivet, there's bits of rubber and stuff behind there, so that all needs to be cleaned out. And then I'll drill that one, That's just a normal rivet by the looks of it, which I'll have in the shed, and pull that apart. Righto guys, so what I've done is I pulled the glass out, the quarter glass out. I've cleaned all these runners out of the channels and that sort of thing here. The next thing we need to do is to put the quarter glass into that stainless or chrome, whatever it is, channel, and then we can fit that to the framework. So I'll run you through what we do there. This is a setting rubber, it's called. So you buy that in a roll. I think it comes in a roll. I just bought that from Rare Spares. Comes in a roll. Fold it in half, long ways, and then just wrap it around, hold it on with tape. And sorry if the camera wasn't on that. Yeah, just fold it in half, wrap it around with tape, and then we'll trim this off. So I'll show you how we do that. What we do next is we just pleat that down the middle, and then grab the scissors, just cut straight to the glass. I'll get a blade out. You need a sharp blade. An old one. I'll get a new one. And then fold one over the other, like so, and then it's just a matter of cutting that straight down there. So then you get your blade and just cut it straight down there, just pushing straight down to the glass, and lift up the rubber to get a finish like that. So it's a nice smooth finish. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. Righto, once we've trimmed up that, we'll just get wet some Caro down. This makes that glass, just lubricates it a bit, and also in time it'll make it tack off in there, so it'll get sticky. So we'll just give that a good wiping with Caro. I'll just put a bit more on it. Don't be afraid to make a fair bit on. Right, then this needs to go in here. Now you need to give it a good, I've got that in backwards, which is lucky I didn't push it too far. So get that sitting in there, in that channel, and give it a good It's a good knee. Some people use a rubber mallet and that, but if it's not toughened glass, if it's laminated, which I think this is, you're probably better off not doing that. So I think that's pretty good actually. So there you go, that's all done. I've just got the blade and I've trimmed off the excess. Now the idea is to push this thing in after as well. So I've done that and that seems to be nice and tight in there. So now probably go and sit this in the sun for an hour and let that tack right off, and that'll make sure that that's going to stay in there. The marks and whatever will wipe off quite easily with Caro, or sorry, glass cleaner. So yeah, quite happy with that. Go and put that in the sun. Morning everyone, day 2 of Operation Window Install. So I got a bit carried away yesterday. I was sort of learning as I go. The problem with this is that I haven't pulled the car apart. Like I pulled most of the stuff apart, but I didn't pull the door internals off and that sort of thing. So I don't really know how it goes. I didn't pull these off, for example. You know, and then you got, you know, all these different parts. You got bloody pillar lock seals and quarter belt panel, seal glass divider, you know, all these bloody rubber glass to lift the channel, quarter glass seals, window roller repair kit, all these different parts that, to be honest, I don't know the name of them and what they do and what they are. So I'm winging it and I'm learning as I go. This is the inner doorbell. The way I've got that would need to be mounted this over this lip going in, no doubt. And same with this one, if I'm not mistaken, that's the inner one. That would need to go in here like so. With that against the glass, I'm imagining. Correct me if I'm wrong. Tell me if I've got that wrong, please. But that must be the other side because those holes aren't lining up. But yeah, let us know in the comments if you can. Let us know. Tell me if I'm on the right money there. But I think that's obviously the case. You don't have to be too much of brain surgery work that out. Now, how did I go? I've got to do the other side, and I'll actually, now that I've got it sort of down pat, I'll run the process through a bit better. Yeah, there's a bit involved. This is a bit of a prick of a job. And then I put this new rubber in there. I didn't know what that was called. But yeah, it sort of come together all right. They're not. The other thing is I don't know if there's any screws that go from the inside up in here. If you could let us know in the comments, see how that's like that. Now obviously I haven't got these tightened up in there. I'll see how it goes once I do tighten them up. And then you've got this adjuster here. I can work that out. That's all right. That adjusts the whole frame in and out. So that's it. But basically just need to know if I've got that right. And then this rubber sort of has to come in there, I suppose, get pinched by that. This one got pinched by that. There's a bit involved, but we got there in the end. I've got to put this rivet in. I still haven't found that rivet. I probably should have done that. I just got a bit excited. That's why it's not in tight too. I'm sort of just leaving that because just in case I have to pull it apart to get that rivet in. But we got there in the end. First bit of glass into the old girl. Today I'll either do the other quarter window or this window or both, and then obviously the back one. So there's the regulators and all the business. So while I got you, I've been spending a little bit more money. I bought this triplex 3-stage regulator, filter and dryer, and you've got to fill it with silica gel. So this is silica gel packets. So I'll be able to put that into my compressor system and keep everything dry. Because I was finding when I was using it's got shit on it from the caravan cover and car cover and all that, but when I was using the sandblaster, it was not, the medium was sort of clogging and a lot of water in it and everything. So look, pretty stoked. It took me all day to do that. I wasn't really happy with how long it took, but I did get the job done. So pleased with that, and we'll box on to more today. When I do the rebuild on this other one, on the left side, I will sort of do it so that you can follow the instructions a bit better. With this one I was learning, so yeah, there you go. Get into it. Right everyone, What I thought I'd do is show you how you go about pulling apart these quarter windows and rebuilding them, now that I've worked it out for myself. So first step is to take off this spring and assembly here. What we're wanting to do is we need to also drill this rivet out here, because what we're going to do is pull this centre piece out to begin with. And we're going to clean the channel out of that, and then we're going to put new setting tape in and the new, well, not new quarter glass, but the quarter glass. Now what we need to also do is to drill out this rivet here, pull it apart, put in the new rubber which backs onto this frame, and then put another pop rivet in there. So we'll get onto it. In order to progress any further, I just need to drill that pop rivet out. Alright, so just got that pop rivet undone. That was a bit of a bitch actually, but got it done. So once you've taken that out, then you just force this thing all the way through. But when you do it, just hold this bottom little tab that you can see I'm holding with my left hand in here, because that goes on one way, and you want to make sure you get that right on reassembly. So righto. So while we've got the drill, let's drill out this prop rivet here. That's the old bit of the rubber. I'll show you that in a minute. That's all we need to do here, is just finish drilling that out, get rid of that pop rivet. Pull this old rubber out of here. It'll be getting replaced. This one here. So you can go ahead and pop that in here if you want to. If there's a bit of a tight fit into these corners, I'll move the drill so you can see. Start along the back. There's these little tabs on the bottom of the thing that go into these little tabs here. So that's all the way home, all the way around there. Nice tight fit. Next thing is to re-pop rivet this, and I've got to drill that top hole. So the pop rivet I was using had quite a long rivet, you know, make sure you line up all three of the holes. Good run. Right, one done. The next part of the operation is to put in the setting tape. So it's pretty easy, just pull the setting tape apart. This shit does get black and sticky. So first of all, we want to fold it in half. I guess this is probably an inch wide. Now, previously I've given this glass a clean with some steel wool. Come up good. So now we just need to put the setting tape in around the glass. So just like this. Tight as you can. Get a bit of tape that'll just hold that for a moment. Okay, once you've done that, we just come over to this little part and we pinch it and make a nice little plait. And get our blades and just cut that. Don't cut it all the way through the bit there, and then just lay that on top of that like so. Then grab your blade and just hold it against that and push down all the way to the glass, no slicing or whatever, and then you'll see that that little bit comes up. Lift this up and there you go, you've got a nice finish. Do the same on the other side and there you go, nice fit. Right, now the next part of the operation is to rub this with Kero, the rubber, the setting rubber. Take the tape off, rub it with Kero, and then push it back into this frame. Righto. So give that tape a bit of a rubber with Kero. Don't be shy with it, whack plenty on. Righto. Put a lid on that Kero and let's put this glass back in this frame. So I'm worried about cutting my fingers open when I do this. Once you've done that, you can just trim the excess off. Righto, there's that repaired and polished with a few hours out of my life I won't get back. Hate polishing, but anyway, it comes up good. So I'll fit that to this. Righto, I've got the rubber in, I've got the chrome strip on. Now it's the matter of putting the glass in. Righto. Now I'll just get the main frame. Right, here's the 3 screws for this part. Righto. These go in here. G'day, well that took a little bit longer than expected, that glass, and then at the moment I've just painted the inside of that, the other one of these, which holds the front glass for the side windows at the front. This one's in good condition, there's no rust in that. I just gave those channels a bit of a sand with some 80 grit. The other one, as I showed you before, was full of rust. I think it'll be fine. So I've been treating that. As I said, Paul from Restorers Heaven gave me the tannic acid. Been treating that. It's not an overnight thing. It takes, yeah, well, it is an overnight thing. It takes a few recoating and you keep applying until everything turns black, the rust turns black, it means it's eating into it. So that's been done. Then I painted it with POR15 to seal it up, and rust preventative. That seals hard as nails. Plan then was going to be to put the glass in and get the doors finished, and then start on the rear quarters. However, as with everything here, two things have held me up. One thing was the chrome strip on the quarter window for the left-hand side had some sort of fairly substantial dents into it, so I had to do some panel beating there and polish all that back up. So that's a couple of hours there, just on that one small strip. I think I'm going to have to give that a bit of a panel beat because that's a bit average. I might do that now. Flatten that out a bit and give it some love. You all know how much I love doing that, but that's pretty scratched up. Alright, I'll get into doing that. So I've got rid of the majority of the dents out of this stainless trimming that come off the quarter window just by taking it over to, I've got a little short piece of rail over there, railway line. Makes a good dolly surface, and I just sort of bang the dents out from the inside. Now I just get on the file. Those of you who've been watching me will have seen me do this, and we just file those areas flat, which shows the holes, if you like. Take it back over there and just give it a, you can see there's two holes just there. I'll just take it over to the what I was saying I was using. And just give that a tiniest little really doesn't need much because it's so thin. Give that another file now. See how it looks. It might go this other file. Alright, it's looking pretty good now. And you basically just got to work your way up with the papers. I hate this job, but this little piece won't take too long. The other thing was I've looked at the side glass and there's big scratches in it. Probably a bit neglectful of me. I didn't check the glass, so I thought it was going to be alright, but it looks a bit, how's your uncle? So I don't want to use it. I don't think it's going going to look shit if I put that in the car. So I've rang up Glass for Classics. So I think we're going to have to wait for the new glass. It'd be a shame to have everything bloody super shiny and whatever and then just put scratched glass in there. So, yeah, not going to get the glass in after all. That glass is probably 50 years old, maybe not the front one, but the rear ones and all that. So it is what it is. Get our run. Right, so I'm rebuilding these front window rollers and regulators and whatever. So this is the Rare Spares repair kit. WRK1004. It does the quarters and the doors as well. So this is the left door. Needs a bit of work because there's a bit of rust in there. So I need to get all that rust out of there. I've got a new one of these rubber channels. But anyway, these rollers need to go up there. So just started drilling these out, and I'll take you through the process of how I go about pressing those new ones in. See how we go. Because I think these needs to be pressed in. So if we overdo it with the drill bit size, we're going to run into problems with the pressing it in and the firm fit. Right, so let's just pop that there, pop that there. I don't know whether they need to be cleaned over, but they're not a, I can't see how you clean that over. So, right, attempt one, pressing this in. It was a failure because this is bending that. We're going to straighten that out. This is bent that. Obviously needs to be re-drilled. Okay, so I reached out to Paul at Restorers Heaven in Port Kennedy, local rare parts dealer where I live, and asked him how these going after I tried unsuccessfully to press that in. I thought you might have to pop that out, and I couldn't see that you would have to paint that over because it's not hollow. He said you can drill it and then paint it, but then it loses its strength. So what he said you do is you drill this a bit bigger because that's not going to fit through, and then once that's drilled out and that sits in there, what I'm going to do then is just wrap that with a little bit of damp material, and I'll just put a MIG weld it so on the back there, so that'll hold that. That's how we do that one, and basically the same for these ones. So it'll be the same scenario. These go in, we don't have to put that on yet because that clips on over that, so we'll leave that off for the time being. This will slip in here, that's already a perfect fit, and I will put a little weld on that there. Now Paul from Restorers Heaven also sells another product. He makes this up, some sort of acid he reckons. You're going to shake it up, and can't remember, tetric acid or something acid, I can't remember what it is. It's got a pH of 2.4 he was saying. Anyway, this eats rust. because I was going to buy some rust converter. This channel here, don't know how well you can see that, but that is rusted. So I need to dig all that rust out of that channel. You probably can't see that. I need to convert the rust. I need to paint it with some, what do you call it? What's that stuff? CBS coating. And then I can push the new, I've got a new rubber. I can push the new rubber in and the glass in. So need to get onto that and this welding job. So I'll take you through the process there. I might just do this rust first. That way we can let this acid that Paul sold me, we can let that sit overnight or however long it takes to convert the rust. Apparently you can paint in it and it doesn't do any damage to your paint. So all good. I'll turn the camera off now. I'll set about preparing this. It's just a matter of bloody, you know, scraping all the bad shit out of there as much as I can get. And then give it a blowout, and then let that stuff do its magic. Yep, so that's all the loose shit gone. Anyway, a couple of things I've got to do. Now, I just thought about it. I'm going to do the welding job first because then I can let that sit overnight and the job's done. The welding part of it's done. So I might do all four of them, all four of the quarters, get it all done because they all need welding by the looks of it. And right, we'll get the camera ready and we'll get onto it. Now, again, I think you've seen my welding and it is average at best. So I'm a little bit worried, but look, it's we'll get there. We'll get it right. We'll do it. So see how we go. So I'm just getting rid of all these, getting ready all the surfaces to weld. So I've just got the Dremel here, give it a bit of a touch up so it's all clean. So when I go to weld that, it should get a good weld on it. I'm only using this little thing, that's all I've got. But I might have a little practice run on a piece of 3mm metal before I get going, and see how we go with that. Cleaned up these ones. They're all cleaned up, nice and clean. Oh, that's the wrong side on that one, sorry. This side here. There. And well, there we go. Righto, backyard welding, here we go. Remembering that I'd never said I knew how to weld, so don't pull the piss out of me too much. Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. That'll hold. So I've just given it the old wire brush both sides on all of them. Yeah, just give it a quick squirt of this shit. Just pulled the glass out of the other front window to have a look in the channel, and there's no rust in there. It's in good condition, so I'll be able to replace that rubber and just put a put the new glass in. So yeah, that'll be good. Cool. So all I've done for this last one with these rollers, because that's nylon or whatever it is, and we don't want it to melt. I've put it in there. This is a bit of rag, and I've just wet that rag down. I'm just going to get a spray bottle, and once I've welded it, I'll just quickly spray it, and that'll stop it from melting that nylon. Obviously I'm going to move this and use something else for weight, such as this. So I'll get onto that now and see how that one goes. That's all right. No problems. Good. Perfect. Repeat the process. There you go, I reckon it's been good. Excellent. Well, happy with that. Call that job done. Right, we'll shout out to Paul at Restora's Heaven, Port Kennedy, your local rare parts or rare spares dealer. Buy local and they'll support you. So Paul's put me onto the method about how to get these clips and stuff on, and I'll just show you. I haven't put one on yet. Just went on easy. Just clip on. Grab one of these. Pair of pliers. That's it. Simple as that. Done. Flip him over. Done. Excellent. Alright, so then Paul tells me to just give all the gears and everything here a good... I'll give it a clean. Hang on, bear with me for a sec. That steel brush. A good clean, you reckon? And then get the old copper coat out, anti-seize, whatever you like to call it, and all the moving parts. Give them a coating with this gear. To protect it. There you go. I'll just go and do that to all the moving parts, and hopefully that'll protect it. Righto guys, to address the issue of rust in that, probably a proper name for it, but I don't know what the name is, where the glass sits in that channel. Again, Paul from Storage Heaven has given me this solution here. It wasn't Terric or whatever I'd said before, it's tannic acid as a rust converter. Rust converter, a water-based primer, contains 2 active ingredients, tannic acid and an organic polymer. So it works as a rust converter. So what I've done is I just taped up the ends and poured a liberal amount in there into each of those channels, even though one wasn't rusty. And I'm just I've got the brush and I painted the inside surface. So I'm just going to leave that for overnight and just let it do its thing. And then tomorrow, hopefully we'll be able to start putting windows back together. So that'll be good. Alrighty, thanks for that. I'll get back to you. Alright everyone, this is the that window holder, glass holder for the driver's window that had all the rust in it. As I said to you, I've treated it with tannic acid and now painted it with the KBS, and that's set hard, so that'll be all good now. Or PIR15 I painted it with, sorry. So that'll last another 100 years now, so all good. Happy with that. And I'm just going to wait for the new glass to turn up and I'll be able to put the glass in. So cool, thanks. Right, I'm about to install this window regulator into the driver's door. Using your new window regulator and remote bolt kit FK1022. I've got all the nuts and bolts, I didn't need to buy them, but anyway, putting all new stuff on. So see if I can set the camera up and we'll have a play. Oh, that was pretty easy. Just put the I put this one in, this bar in some little, I don't know what the bloody hell it's called. That was pretty easy. So 18 is the door window guide. So put the door window guide in, these 2 screws down under here. Everything's just loose at the moment. This cam bar, it looks like this on the inside, and that lines up with the this lines up with the bottom arm of that, which I've got done, so that's in there. And then all we've got to do now is put in the new channel rubber, put the glass in, and then that'll slot in into those 2 runners just here. So far so good. This is working, so you can see over here. You can see that winding up and down. Right everyone, this door's been completed now as well with the quarter window. Now I'm not real happy with the way that's fitting in there, but again I don't have these rivets in here yet, so I'll wait until I get the rivets and can properly adjust it and whatever. So I've got the regulator in there. See that? That winds up and down, no problems. So all good in the hood there. Next job I'm looking at doing is I've got the auto electrician coming, as I said to you, and I've got to get rid of those bumpers and stuff out of there. So I thought, well, I'm halfway to having them fitted. The only thing holding me back is these brackets need either sandblasting or cleaning up. So what I decided to do was give them the old vinegar treatment. So I thought I'd show you the brackets beforehand. Hopefully you can see in there. Don't really want to take them out, but yeah, you can sort of see the condition of them. Let's give them the old vinegar treatment. All I'm using is this household white vinegar, and pour it in there and let them soak. Simple as that. So anyway, I'll once I've completed doing that, I'll leave that for a couple of days soaking. I'll get back to you. Hopefully show you they come up nice and clean. Then I can paint them. Then it's just a matter of, I've heard it's a prick of a job, but yeah, fitting them. Once they're fitted, it's another step in the right direction. So we're getting there, bits and pieces, little bit by little bit. Righto, I'll top them up with these other 4 litres of vinegar, and we'll see how we go. Well, that wraps up another episode of HT Monaro build, so thanks for watching. Good to finally get a couple of episodes out, really stoked about that. The plan from here forward will be just finish polishing that stainless, and once that's for the front and rear windscreen. Once that's done, I'll be able to get the dude to come around and install the windshield front and rear. And now that the window regulators and what have you are in there, I'll be able to put the side glass in and then tackle the rear coupe side glass. I haven't put the regulators in for that yet, and apparently that's a bitch of a job, so I'll have a crack at it. If I can't do it, there's a guy that does it, charges a bit of money, but it might be worth doing it if I end up pulling my hair out with it. But anyway, look, thanks for your patience. Thanks for watching. If you like my content, please like and subscribe, and hopefully from here on in I should get more episodes out. I did say to you ages ago that I was going to be flat out with work, which I have been doing a lot of hours at work, plus all the work, as you saw last episode, all the work I've got happening around this place here. It's been holding me back, but once the new shed's up, well, that's actually not going to get built till June, but once the new shed's up, I can set up the workshop and have a bit more room and be able to find my tools and all that again. So yeah, looking forward to that, and looking forward to getting this car done. As I say, it's getting wired up for the auto sparky in June, so maybe a job between now and then might be to fit the petrol tank and or at least the fuel pump, retrofit that to the petrol tank. I'm doing the Phantom 200 series electric fuel pump, which is a submersible fuel pump. For those that have watched from the beginning, you'll know which one I'm talking about. So I've got to fit that in so that we can so the auto electrician can run his wires and whatever for that. Other than that, thanks for watching again, and I'll see you next episode. Cheers. Thanks, boys.